What's up YouTube, Dal here from Zephyr War Games, and today we're going to ask and answer the question, to buy or not to buy the brand new Battles of Legend. That's right, the brand new Battles of Legend is due out in 2 days time. That is Thursday the 22nd. You can also pick them up a little bit earlier tomorrow from your local environment as well. So what is Battles of Legend? Well, Battles of Legend is a brand new reprint but also introduced new card set that involves quarter century rares. And for those of you that aren't familiar with what quarter century rares are, they are basically the cards that we received in the legendary set where you got Slifer, Obelisk, Blue Eyes, Red Eyes, Dark Magician and of course Ra. So now we actually get a set where it hasn't had a full-on definitive number at the time of recording this, but the speculation is there are 25 different versions of them as well. Not to mention that each pack is 4 ultra rares, 1 secret rare with some pretty awesome brand new secret rares in them, and I will go through them in this video as well. So, with all of that out of the way, please smash that like button, hit that notification bell and subscribe so you don't miss out on any more upcoming content. So let's start off with some of the most highlighted cards in this set that are brand new, and then we'll touch on which cards are getting quarter century rares as well as technical reprints within inside the main set. So the most expensive card currently at pre-order price around about £30 a copy is Assault Synchron. So it's a level 2 Dark Machine Tuner effect monster with attack of 700 attack. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn. During your main phase, you can special summon this card from the hand, then take 700 damage. If summoned this way, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck while you control this monster except Synchros. Second effect, if a face-up dragon, synchro monster or monsters you control is tributed or banished, you can banish this card from the graveyard, then target one of those monsters and special summon it. So why is this card so hype? Well, quite frankly, if you are playing any type of dragon synchro monster, or if you are playing D-Link at all, it is incredibly powerful. A free summon of a level 2 tuner not only helps enhance your synchro plays, but also allows you to recycle from the graveyard. It's a great addition for Synchro deck as well, or the Synchron deck to be specific, and it can be incredibly good in other decks as well. Now that's not as splashable as the next highlighted card. Now keep in mind there are loads of other reprints. I will try and find the full set list and put that as a visual on the screen for you as well. I'm going to highlight some of the main secret cards in here, and then I will also talk about the quarter centuries, as that is what is going to draw the most players to it. So the next one is Duality. Now Duality is an insanely powerful card for light and dark decks. Why is it so good? Well, number one, it's a quick play. Tribute 1 light or dark monster to special summon 1 light or dark monster from your hand or extra deck with the same original type and level, but a different original attribute. During your main phase, you can banish this card from the graveyard, then target 1 light and 1 dark monster in your graveyard, shuffle both into the deck, then draw 1 card. You can only use each effect of Duality once per turn. So not only is it a card that allows you to recycle your light and dark monsters, but it's also a card that can be hugely abused in decks that can utilise Dragoon. What do we mean by that? Well, quite simply, if you can get a level 8 spellcaster light monster on the board, you can make Dragoon. How does that work? Well, in Branded, you can also use Dust Dragon. That's very easily made as standard plays, and you can now add to your end board a very powerful Dragoon as well as everything else. Not to mention, if you do it correctly, you can actually get Dragoon before you even get into your 5th summon, giving you protection from the Beerroot as well. The one thing Dragoon will have if you do it this way, opposed to doing it the normal way through Branded Fusion, is it won't have the ability to pop and burn, but ideally you're only doing it as a Tower House monster that cannot be targeted and gives you the ability as an Omni Negate. Now it's not just Dragoon that this card can help utilise, this card can also help you utilise other cards as well, just depending on what your type of deck is used. So when you look at stuff like Chaos Monsters, if you wanted to be utilising Chaos cards and anything like that, Light Sworn Monsters as well can tag out into Dark Monsters, Twilight Swans, you name it. It's also an incredibly good card. You can, in theory, if you want to stick with the branded theme, turn an Aluba into a Herald of the Arc Light, which is slightly funny and very interesting as well. What makes it so good is it doesn't play into cards like Ash Blossom. It also allows you to tag out cards in the example of Aluba so that they can dodge stuff like Imperms and Veilers as well. Now it's not an absolute mind-blowing £100 card, it is actually currently sitting at £20 pre-order on tier 0, and I feel you could very easily pick up a playset for around about £50, if not a little bit less. I feel that the card is definitely worthwhile if you are playing light or dark decks and have the ability to tag out. Now obviously the benefit is going to come at this current moment in time when you do have powerhouse boss monsters such as Dragoons, so you're going to get a benefit if you are playing Spellcaster decks or Dragon based decks as well, because you have the ability to tag into stuff like Lubellions and everything else through the back of Branded. Then the last card I'm going to highlight, now this isn't like the most broken generic card around, but it's definitely a card that I feel Crystal Beast players will be hugely excited for. So the brand new card is called Golden Rule. It is a equip card and is always treated as a crystal card, so very easily searchable. Place 2 Crystal Beast monsters from your deck face up into your spell and trap zone as continuous spells. Then special summon 1 Crystal Beast monster from your hand or graveyard with a different name from those cards. And if you do, equip it with this card. When this card leaves the field, destroy that monster. You can only activate 1 Golden Rule per turn. This is absolutely insane. It does help turbo out some of the cards as well. If that wasn't enough, we're also getting very good reprints of the pretty much adventure package. You've got Rite of Armoricia. You've also got a brand new card in form of Shadow's Light, which is basically like a non-quick play duality, but specifically tagging a dark into a light. Not to mention a new Triple D card, a secret rare upgrade for Book of Eclipse, a reprint of IP Masquerena as a secret rare, as well as a 25th quarter century secret rare. So, what are the quarter century secret rare cards? Well, there are currently 25 speculated to be in the set, and we know 22 of them as they stand. Some of them are a little bit odd as they are reprints of Starlight versions of the card, so IP Masquerena, Zeus, Lady Labyrinth. Some of them are brand new as well. So starting off with the ones that we do know, we have Bestial Lubellion. We have the alternative art for Engage, amazing. Queen Tiramisu, Spiral Quick Fix, IP Masquerena, Zeus, Lady of the Labyrinth, Welcome Labyrinth, Satellarknight Patellamoias, Armed Neos, Xtox Hydra, Rite of Armoricia, Dark Armed Dragon, Dante the Traveller of the Abyss, Terraforming, Dark Hole, Assault Synchron, Foxy Tune, Volcanic Shell, Nessie, Super Poly, Dark Magician, Magical Knight of Dragons. So that's just a few mentioned. There are loads still speculative to be in this set as well, and I will try and put as many of the pictures that we have seen in the leaks as possible up on the screen so that you can go into them and decide which ones you want to get. So let's talk about ratios of the quarter century rares. Well, apparently they are like collector rares. So that means that here in the UK we will be looking at about 4 a case. But considering there are 25 different versions of them opposed to, I believe, 10 collector rares, it's going to be a lot difficult to get the specific ones that you want. I also feel that they have chosen some pretty good ones and high value ones in the form of something like IP Masquerena being a generic staple card. When you look at the Starlight rare, that currently sits at anywhere from like £800 to £900, if not a little bit more. So the reprint of quarter century rare might be a little bit less, but it's going to be targeted at specific collectors. Now, you do also have some very cool reprints in the form of the Bestial Lubellion, and of course reprints of Engage now that it is back at 2, with its alternative artwork. There's also the introduction of the brand new Link 2 for the Sky Strikers. Whether you're actually going to definitely play it or not, it's just cool to kind of see that in this set, alongside all of the other cards aforementioned before, and hopefully as many of the cards I can list on the screen as possible for you, so you can see exactly what you might be getting. So, Battles of Legend Monstrous Revenge, to buy or not to buy? I feel that this is definitely one of the best sets we've seen all year, in the sense of getting value for your money. Now, if you were to say to me, okay, well, if I was buying a case, definitely worth it, because if you do get 4 quarter century rares, they could very much cover the value of the box themselves, depending on what one you get. You're then going to be looking at the reprints themselves in general and the brand new introduction of cards like Duality and Assault Synchron. Both of them have a bit of value right now, and when you do look at previous Battles of Legend, the cards that are within those Battles of Legend sets very rarely get reprinted at a close proximity. So you can definitely bet that those individual cards that have been having their first prints around in a set like this that are going to be secret rare and are possibly going to be a little bit harder to pull are going to maintain huge value. You then look at the quarter century rares as well. I would be amazed if we see anything like those reprinted again in the future. We're not going to be seeing Starlights reprinted, so that's why Starlights hold quite high amounts of value. And I do feel that the quarter century rares, depending on the right ones and how many are seen, could also maintain value, if not go up in the future. I feel that quarter century rares, with a lot of Battles of Legend being opening, will be a good chance to pick them up as singles if you are after specific ones, because I feel your odds of getting a specific one from a case, if not down as low as 4 boxes, could be very, very difficult. That being said, should you be buying at least a single box? Well, my answer to that is yes. I feel that there's a lot of really cool reprints, and the best thing about those is the reprints are like one-off cards, or they're cards that you only need to be playing one, if not two of. When you look at stuff like Zeus, IP, you also look at Engage as well. I feel that they should be relatively easy to pick up as the secret rare versions. I feel that a lot of the cards have low value as individuals, but when you stack them up and you're looking at like 24 of them, if you get 24 secrets in a box and each one of those is worth at least £3, that straight away is £72 worth in value just on your secret rares. And that's not taken into account if you do pull something that is worth more than £3 as a secret, and all of the other ultra rares that you are going to get your hands on as well. The reprints of the Punk engine is incredibly good, and of course with some Edison cards in the form of the Volcanic Shell as well, and there is also the other Volcanic in here as well. So it's a very nice kind of reprint, especially with the Fire Legendary Duelist set due out later on in the year, if not start of the next year as well. So it's very kind of cool to kind of rarity bump those cards while you can at a cheap and affordable price. So, buying singles, yes for collector rares. Buying boxes, yes for bulk. I feel it's a lot easier to be able to go, okay, cool, buy one box, pull a Zeus, pull an IP, pull an Axel Synchron. The rest you don't really mind. You've kind of made your money back already, even if you were to sell the rest, and then you can trade those into the cards you are looking for. Anyway, I hope this has been kind of informative for you guys. For my opinion, definitely be buying Battles of Legend. It's well worth it. I do believe it is one of the best sets of the year, as I've already mentioned. And the quarter century rares, the fact there's so many is a little bit disappointing. The fact that some of them are reprinted is a little bit disappointing. But because their ratios of being pulled are considered to be a lot easier, whether that is proven true or false. If it's true, if it's proven false and they're actually at the rarities or the rates of pulls of Starlight rares, then eek, very, very painful at 25 of them, considering there will be a designated one in every 2 cases. But if they are like collector rares, then yes, they're going to be a little bit cheaper, plus they're also going to be a lot easier to pull as well. So for now, thank you so much for watching. If you do have any questions at all, please put them in the comments down below. Let me know what you think of Battles of Legend. How many boxes are you going to buy, or are you just going to stick at singles? For now, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. Till next time, as absolutely always, stay safe, and of course, happy dueling.